Hey everyone, it's me Curtis, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you all of my pet supplies for the month of June 2018. Here, I actually am just joined with, of course, Leo, my hedgehog. As you can see, he's still not perfect with taming, and I actually just took him out of his cage, so it's, you know, whatever. So keep in mind that before we get into it, the things that you guys are going to be seeing today is going to be everything that's not already currently, things that are not already currently in my pet enclosures. So obviously a good majority of my supplies are within the enclosures themselves right now, but for now what you guys are going to be seeing in today's video is just going to be everything that is not in their enclosures. I'm like struggling to like keep him in frame, but I don't know what else to do. Does that work? Okay, I guess he will stay there. Alright guys, so to start out, these are like the two organizers that I have that hold a lot of my pet supplies. So first off, in the top here we have a lot of small animal items. So we have this little lid that I use as a bowl. We have this hay rack that I don't really use that often either. We have some bowls, so we have some Christmas tree ones, a reptile bowl. Then we have a mug for small animals. We have some more bowls over here on this side. Plastic one, another bowl. We have a lot of, well, we have a couple water bottles here, as you guys can see, these two. Then over here we have a lot of fabric and like hanging hammocks and things like that for my small animals. And then over here we just have in the corner a kebab, a couple of those, and then some of the buckets that I use for cage themes, along with a lot of chew toys that I have for my small animals. Alright, so in the second one down, we have this Critter Trail 10-inch tube that I have not used yet. We have a spare Critter Trail tube, then we have this little wooden birdhouse, and then we have a dog over here. We have this little ceramic or porcelain Christmas house that I use for Christmas cages. We have the Petco peanut hide right here, and then we have here the pieces to the rosewood log cabin. And then back here we have two of the You and Me brand wooden hideaways. One is in the box and the other one I don't have the box for. And then right here we have the KT puzzle playground, which a lot of you guys already know about. And then the last thing we have here is just this little thing that you guys have probably seen sometime in a YouTuber that you watch's cage. It's just that little thing right there. Alright, and then the last organizer on this one, we have a lot of food and random stuff. So first off in the back we have a lot of fake plants and seashells and things like that for fish. As you guys can see, I'm not going to go through all of them, but we have a lot of those. Then we just have some reptile calcium and some yogurt drops, hamster lovelies. Then we have some dried apple bits, some activated carbon, cricket food, pumpkin seeds, and then here's a green tea container, but I actually use this to dust off some crickets before I feed them. And then I also have just here some Gerber puffs, some Reptiman frog food, as well as some of the Aveeno baby oatmeal colloidal Aveeno baby shampoo that I use for my hedgehog. Now we're getting into the next organizer. So if we just pull this one out, we can start looking in here. So right on the top we have this lizard ladder, I believe, yeah, it's by ZoomEd. Then we have this KT Critter Trail, I believe it's called Lazy Lookout, that's open. And then we have this popsicle stick wooden platform. We have this, I believe it's Super Pet or KT Igloo, Pet Igloo. Then we have some natural hay and natural items back here. This is a grass hideout. And then this is a little toy hideout type thing. Then back here we have this automatic turtle filter, which as you guys can see is going right now. Please don't. Alright. And then lastly in the front here we have two items. We have a water heater, and then we also have a ZoomEd heating rock. So coming down another level First off, on the left we just have this Equate anti-itch plus like medicated antibacterial cream. Then we just have this little health and feeding container that I have here. If you guys want to know what's on the inside of here more in depth, let me know and I will include that in a future video. Then we just have this little organizer. This little glass thing has Leo's quills in it from the first time that he quilled. And then we also have some Germ-X. Then back here we just have some lizard bandanas and leashes and things like that. Some extra bowls and cups. Then on the right hand side we have just some reptile ReptiSafe water conditioner, which you guys have probably seen many of times. Then we have this Reptivite vitamin powder for reptiles. Then we have some herbal ick medication for like parasites and things. And then we have this Remedy Recovery medicated antiseptic germ killing spray for dog wounds. Down here is just like one of the things I probably use the most, which is just my latex, I believe, dishwashing gloves, but I use them for cleaning my enclosures. And then coming to the end, we have this little bucket container here, which I just have like my tongs, my cleaning brushes, and things like that in, as well as this little treat holder, which has some treats and things in it. And then we have some dragon wings and Rita Dragon costumes on the side. And then here in the last drawer, we just have some of this Lush Landscapes sphagnum moss. And then we have a lot of little measuring cups and things back here that I use for measuring food and stuff. Then I have this little miniature first aid kit, and then under that we have some extra parts from my IKEA Omar shelves. Then here we have some of those DIY heating pads that I showed you guys how to make on my channel a couple years ago. And underneath the moss we have a bunch of hand warmers, because you never know when you are going to need to warm up a bajillion reptiles and the animals that need heat. Alright, so now we are underneath my hedgehog shelf, and on the top shelf we just have some Reptimen that I feed to my turtle. Then we have a spare little, I think that's like 2-gallon tank maybe. Then I have this little diet scale that I use for weighing my pets and also my packages before I send them out. Then over here I just have another KC funnel lazy lookout that is unopened. Then I have a bigger first aid kit, one of these pet playpens by Preview Hendrix from Walmart. Then behind the first aid kit we just have some Producer Pride like heat bulbs for chickens and reptiles and things like that. And then on the top we just have this DIY pet carrier that I use, which I also have a video for on my channel. Alright, now so to the right actually of where we just were, I just have this little bin that I have some more pet supplies in. So in here I just have a duster for like my enclosures and things. I have a fish net. I have this little broom that I've had for ages from IKEA. Then I also have one Eco Earth brick left, as well as this little bag of Fluker's, what is it, Aspen Accents, which is really cool. I've never seen this before in stores until one day I randomly walked into Petco and they had this. Then in the back I just have two of these big, huge cardboard tubes that I plan on using for a future hamster. Alright, so now under my tank we have this little organizer, I guess you guys can call it, with a couple different shelves. And on the top we have, in the back, this little cute cat. It's actually a Yankee candle holder, but it works perfect for mice and like holding them and things for a hideout. And then on top we just have the Frankenstein hide, which is actually, I believe, a candy grab or something like that. I got that from Target during Halloween. Then to the right of that I just have 3 of these light dome things, and then on the top of that I have a 100-watt bulb that is excellent for reptiles. And then what's usually in the front of that is this little wire wheel, which is pretty small and also it's wire, so I don't use it. And then we also had this little white hideout, which I got from IKEA years ago. So to the right now we have this little organizer, but on the top we just have this little adapter piece that just fell for lights and things. And then we have a big like electrical socket or whatever, and then we have a couple more reptile lights up here that we can use with this. And then here we just have a couple fleece items for my hedgehog. So here he has this little paw print and zebra print snuggle sack, and then he has the matching like tube with it. And then underneath that we just have this little blanket that I use for it's like a lap pad for Leo whenever he's out. Then moving downward, on the left cubicle, we just have some of this Zoom Ed Snake Aspen. And then we have, I forgot what brand this pet bowl is, but it's like a pet bowl. I think it's made for dogs, but it's great for any animal, really. Then in that, we have some of these little takeout things. I use these to ship out like bearded dragons when I still had some to ship. And then we just have this little glass jar at the top that can be used for anything. And to the right, we have this little food. It's like a cereal thing. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it before with like the lids and everything. But I just use this to hold my hedgehog food. And yeah, I really just like using these because they keep everything nice and tight. So on the right of that, we just have this little jar. This actually used to be a trail mix jar, but it just holds my mouse food, and I have a little teaspoon on the inside of there. And lastly, we just have a bird food container with, obviously, my bird food. And then lastly but not least, under my bird cage, I have a couple more Tupperwares, but it's just boring stuff that you guys probably aren't interested in, such as extra UVB bulbs, extra filters, filter cartridges, and things of that nature. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you. Ouch, he did not like that. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video and watching a kind of tour of all of my pet supplies. I actually had to get rid of a lot of my pet supplies before I recorded this because a lot of it was just old and I wasn't using it. If you guys want to shop for some unique pet supplies made by me, you guys can actually just check out the link to my shop that I just recently opened up in the description bar below. And if you guys want to see more pictures, updates, and photos of my pets before they hit my YouTube channel, you guys can just follow me on Twitter and Instagram, which is @Lasane. Don't forget that you guys can also subscribe to my channel to make sure that you do not miss any more future updates and videos before anyone else sees them as they hit my channel, if that even makes sense. Leo, thanks to you guys as well. He's ready to go back in his cage. And we will see you guys in the next one.